Hey there. Have you ever been part of a group, a team at work, a class project, even just your circle of friends, and had that thought, we could be doing this so much better? Well, the good news is you can. Any group can actually make a conscious choice to improve how they relate to each other. So today, we're going to break down a really simple but powerful way to build healthier relationships and, maybe more importantly, clearer boundaries. It all starts with this one single question. Just look at it. Before you can build anything great, you need a plan, right? A blueprint. Think of this question as the very first line in your group's social contract. It's basically an agreement, whether you write it down or not, about how you're all going to operate together. And this isn't about some boss handing down rules. It's a collective thing. How do we, all of us, want this experience to be? So, you're ready to write that contract? Where do you start? Well, it's probably not where you think. You don't start with a big list of do's and don'ts. The first and most crucial step is to build a foundation of respect. Before you can decide how you want to act, you got to remember why you're even a group in the first place. And you do that by finding the stuff you all share, the values that hold you together. And how do you build that foundation? It starts by asking this question, which might seem almost too simple. But seriously, taking the time to figure out your shared experiences, or your common goals, or your shared values, that's like the essential preamble to any strong group culture. It reminds everybody that you're not just a random collection of people, but a group of individuals with a shared humanity.
And when you do that, the payoff is huge. When we actually take a minute to find what we have in common, we start to get each other on a much deeper level. And that understanding, that's the bedrock of real, genuine respect. Think about it. You can't truly respect or celebrate people you haven't even tried to understand. It's a straight line. Finding common ground leads to understanding, and understanding leads to respect. Simple as that.
Okay, so once you've got that foundation of mutual respect locked in, your group is ready for the next part. These are kind of like the articles in your constitution. We're talking about boundaries, the clear, agreed-upon rules of engagement that protect everyone's space, their well-being, and their privacy. This is what makes sure the group is a truly safe place for everybody in it.
So what are we protecting against exactly? Well, when boundaries get crossed, it can feel like a total invasion of privacy, which, by the way, has a real formal definition. It's an unjustifiable intrusion. And yeah, it sounds serious because it absolutely is. Things like, using someone's name without permission or sharing private facts about them publicly, those are real harms that just shatter trust and safety in a group.
Okay, but let's bring this down from all that legal talk into real life. What does an invasion of privacy actually feel like? Well, it feels like someone digging into your private business when you didn't invite them to. It feels like someone telling the world something about your health or your finances or your personal life that you wanted to keep private. That's the real-world sting of a boundary being violated, and that's exactly what a good social contract is there to prevent. All right, we've talked about why we need respect and why boundaries are so important, but how do you actually make the change happen? This is where we get super practical. We're going to walk through a simple three-part framework that any group, literally any group, can use to put their new social contract into action and start building a better culture, like today. Step 1 is all about starting with the positive. Before you try to fix what's broken, stop and identify what's already working. What are the good things, the positive behaviors that make the group feel strong? Maybe it's the way you guys celebrate each other's wins, or how you have each other's backs when things get tough. The very first action is to see those things and make a conscious choice to keep on doing them. Step 2. This one takes a little honesty. What's getting in the way? What are the behaviors that are hurting the group? Maybe it's gossip, or people constantly interrupting each other, or oversharing private info. This part requires the group to be brave enough to point out the toxic or just plain unhelpful habits that everyone needs to agree to stop doing. Period. And the final step is all about looking forward. See, it's not just about stopping the bad stuff. It's about building something good to replace it. What new, constructive things that you're going to start doing? Maybe it's checking in on each other more often, or creating a better way to give feedback, or just agreeing to always assume the best intentions. This is the part where you decide what kind of future you want to build, together.
And all of this brings us right back to the most important question of all. After you've found your common ground, and you've defined your boundaries, and you've got a plan for action, it all comes down to this. How do you want us to treat each other? The most powerful part of this whole thing is realizing that the answer is entirely, 100% up to you. You and every single person in your group have the power to create your own social world. The only question left is, what are you going to build?